Welcome back guys to another video with Static F8. Today made lots of progression in our world and I'm looking forward to showing it to you guys. So let's just get straight into the video. Welcome back guys to another video with Static F8. So now here I made a door, so I decided to explore more of the dungeon or tower underneath my base, and I found a chest with a spawner underneath it. Found some stuff inside of it. Then the skeleton kind of just spawned in. I didn't know that mobs can actually spawn in the water, and even if the spawn is actually submerged. So that was quite a surprise. Kind of scared me a bit. You can see I almost died, but you know, I survived in the end. So then after that, I made an iron pickaxe and went to tend my crops with the potatoes. I want to get a whole bunch of food so I'll have enough to be going out and on like adventuring, because I think I want to do that a lot more, because I know there's a bunch of loot out there that I probably would have never seen before, and staying at base is boring. So I'm just gonna get to my main source of food is probably gonna be potatoes. I have to cook them first, but I have to replant them and stuff so that I won't run out. And while I'm doing so, this drown kinda spawned in, and it had like a trident and started throwing at me. Of course, the sound was very faint, so I didn't hear at first, but I noticed it was just started throwing these at me, and I know these tridents would hit really hard if it did, and eventually would. So, and I probably would die. So I ate the carrots to regenerate health and try to plant more of my potatoes around. But I knew I had to face the drown eventually, and it did, because I almost died in this moment. You see, it almost killed me. I only had 1.5 hearts at the end. I didn't really have much of a good position to kill it, so I had to just kill it in attack under kind of in water, which really sucked because it started like tearing my shield durability. But it eventually died anyway, so it was crashes averted. You can see we died. It didn't drop the trident, unfortunately, but you know it's kind of rare, so it doesn't really matter. So I just went on to plant with my potatoes and started cooking them with a smoker that I made out of one of my furnaces. I made more flint steels for my ballistic torches so that I would not run out and be left in the dark, because that would be horrible. I got more of my potatoes and so I went going out for basically going out and finding some stuff. I found more of these hot air balloons with more stuff in it. Of course, it is booby trapped like last time. So the loot was okay, and I just left the wool behind. I didn't need it. But these sperm whales kind of broke the ice, which is good to know, I suppose. I don't know. These sperm whales are kind of intervening with a bunch of stuff with going out. So I just kind of just left them and tried to ignore them most of the time. And during this time, I found one of those bone ores that I couldn't mine before, but now I can with my iron pickaxe, and it dropped a bunch of these like fossils and stuff. I'm assuming they're part of this archaeology mod that I downloaded with, but I'll probably like deal with that kind of stuff later on with the series, because right now I'm just more focused on trying to get more, you know, powerful and actually having stuff. And because right now I'm in a really early stage where I don't really have much and kind of vulnerable, so need to get some better loot. While venturing out, I found this structure. It didn't really have anything inside, but I did find this like tower again. It's kind of the same one from the one I'm on. And but besides that, there was just like this dungeon, like structure that was next to it. I decided to go in it. I wasn't sure what was inside of it at first, because this is my first time seeing it. So I didn't know. So I had no idea what to expect, and I would be honest if I said I was a bit like nervous and anxious because I thought this entire place would be filled with mobs and all that stuff. Because I feel like something like this I have seen before in like someone else's like videos, and I know how that goes. But maybe that was a while ago, so things might be different now. But we just have to see. It's just kind of getting the same vibes when I was going down here, and in doing so, it was pretty dark, so I had to get a bunch of my torches used. But then I found this like huge like iron bars in the way. There wasn't anything in there. Like there wasn't as much mobs than I thought, but there was just like this cake in the middle, which was pretty weird. But the loot was actually pretty good. Um, you see that I'll go in and found a chest in one of the tunnels. Yeah, there it is. The loot I found like there was like chainmail armor inside of it. It was pretty good for a start, and I bought it and took all the other stuff. And after that, there was a zombie that had like armor and like a pickaxe on it. It wasn't that bad. He wasn't really that much of a big deal. I broke the spawner, and there were two other chests next to the spawner. The loot was okay-ish. They weren't too good nor all that bad, so I took all of them anyway, because I knew eventually I'll find a use for them, but not right now, because I'm busy plundering this like dungeon. The zombie kind of jump scared behind me, freaked me out a bit, but it was alright. It wasn't that bad. And then I found more of these spawners. There was a skeleton with more armor like I have. He wasn't really that much of a deal, so I just took him out. And I broke the spawner, got more XP points. And there's more spawners behind this door. More skeletons, of course. The entire place is filled with them. And he wasn't that bad like the last one. Took him out. And got more XP points from the spawners. The loot from this place was, was alright. I found some armor, weapons, tools, and the place was pretty cool to be in. And found more bookshelves. So anyways, so after that, I got all the loot from that side and went on with the right side, and here it was kind of the same thing. A bunch of spawners, more loot, and yeah, the mods were pretty easy, even though the difficulty is hard mode. Like I probably should have gone to hardcore or something like that. I mean, if I'm being this careful, I might as well be in. But I didn't want to lose the world, nor do I want to die this early. So I didn't do hardcore. I did hard mode instead. I want a bit of a challenge myself, because I have played Minecraft for a long time. So I got this like jukebox in the middle at the end. I took it because I had a bunch of disc on me. I don't have much of a use of it anyway. So I just did that. I just took it with me, and I took all the loot that was really important. I left all the others that weren't, but I was gonna pick them up later on after the video ends, because that part no one wants to see because it's boring. But yeah, the loot was okay. After I get out of the dungeon, I noticed I got an achievement for light as a rabbit. I didn't notice, but when you're wearing leather boots, apparently you don't sink in the snow, and so that's good to know. So I came back to base and I started smelting all the copper that I got so I can repair my tools. I went back to expand my farm a bit so I could have more food, like potatoes. They're always good to have. And so after I finished my farm, I made a crossbow. I decided that I wanted a crossbow because I wanted to have some kind of ranged weapon, but I didn't want to make like a boring bow. So instead, I decided to make this crossbow from the Tinker's Construct mod because I thought maybe it would be slightly better, but I don't think it made a difference anyway. But I thought it'd be pretty cool to have. So, but I needed to get the components for it, like the bow grip and the bow, like, string. I already got that before, but I need the, I think it was a bow arm, was it? I forgot its name already. It's like called a, yeah, it's a bow limb. Yeah, I need that. So I got my wooden crossbow, and it does only 1 damage, however, so it's not that great, but it's pretty good for a start. I basically tried it out on a skeleton that was probably like a bit of a distance from my castle, and yeah, it was alright. So after that, I went back to sleep and went to exploring. Found this sunken like house. There was a bunch of spawners inside of it, and the loot inside of the house was kind of decent. You probably saw my like inventory. I literally did a full 360 backflip. I have no idea how that happened. I think there was this mod I installed like do a flip mod, and it was yeah, I don't know how to use the flip mod at all, so it can't just happens. While exploring on mainland, I found a diamond on the surface, which was crazy. Like, I don't know what mod that kind of makes it, but I don't know, it was only 1, but it was better than nothing. So I guess that's really cool to really have. I guess I'll find more if I go out, if I keep going looking around. I found this bear killing these dogs. I needed some leather, so I thought maybe the bear would drop some, but but it didn't really drop any, so it kind of just died and it just dropped its hair. That's all. I kind of felt bad, and because now it had like what 2 bear cubs with it, and I kind of just left them on their own. So animal cruelty maybe. Yeah, I kind of feel bad, but you know, it kind of happens if you have no idea what you're doing. If you have no idea what you're doing. Um. So I went out and I found this village near this mountainside, and the loot was pretty good. There was a bunch of seeds and potatoes, and I found in like more like maps, but but that's later on. The villages are actually like players, like NPCs, and I could actually talk and interact with them, and I could make like a joke or rumors. I could even kiss them, which is really weird. I don't know why I would kiss them, but I found these. But then one of them told like a coordinate to another village, so that's pretty good to know. I could probably go out and to that village. I then talked to this woman because I don't know. I decided to tell a joke, it wasn't really good anyway. Kind of probably just made it worse for them. But I didn't know what I was doing. It was like for the first time I've ever seen this kind of thing. So yeah. While exploring the houses, I found this map, this like archaeology map. It was kind of cool. I had to like hold right click for it, and it like made it like showed a location for like an archaeology site. So I guess I could visit that as well, to see what's inside of it. But I want to do that later. So I left the village and found this TNT like structure, and of course like the first instinct I usually have, I ran away and it blew up. But there wasn't anything inside of it, and that kind of concludes the video. And I hope you enjoyed it, and see you probably in the next one.